Major League Baseball welcomes you to the following presentation of the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Arizona Diamondbacks baseball is presented by Progressive. After a series sweep of the Giants, come on into Chase Field. The Diamondbacks are set for some home cooking, and they're set to serve up some more wins as we welcome the Rockies on D-Backs TV. All is right with Ketel Marte these days. Good evening from Chase Field and welcome to the broadcast. Steve Berthium and Bob Brenly here with you. Diamondbacks are on a bit of a roll these days. They've won 4 straight, 8 of their last 11. And Bob, it's likely no coincidence that this uptick in the standings has come along with an offensive surge from Ketel Marte.
You know, Bert, every superstar caliber player goes through some struggles over the course of the season. Fortunately, it looks like Ketel got his out of the way early this year. Man, has he been red hot lately. That game-winning home run scooped into left field. The pitch was only a couple inches off the ground. Followed that up with a home run into the pool area the next day. And then just to show his versatility, he bunted for a base hit with 2 men on base. He's feeling it right now, and when a superstar caliber player is feeling it, it's fun to watch.
Well, this will be a little weird. Talked to Jake McCarthy last week when we were here in Denver. He admitted it's going to be a little strange coming back to Chase Field in Rockies purple.
Well, good for Jake. We liked him a lot when he was a member of the Diamondbacks, and now as a member of the Rockies, he's going to get a lot of playing time with Brenton Doyle on the injured list.
Well, Colorado looking to fill some rotation holes as well. They've got Zach Agnos making his first professional start against Eduardo Rodriguez for the Diamondbacks.
Hopefully Eduardo Rodriguez will keep that train rolling. The starting pitching has been fantastic for the Diamondbacks.
And as an added bonus tonight, we'll be droning on. No, I don't mean Bob and I mean this. D-Backs TV has a drone camera flying around throughout the broadcast. We'll enjoy some tremendous shots. Jody and Webby with a lineup. So do we come back.
Diamondbacks baseball is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Bundle home and auto for a double play of savings. Start a quote by visiting progressive.com. Buy Ram trucks. Hurry in for the Ram declaration of deals. Nothing stops Ram. Buy the Window Depot. Shop windows, doors, cabinets, and more at 8 Arizona locations. Buy Shamrock Farms, Arizona's hometown dairy. And by YRefi. Do you need relief from private student loan debt? Go to YRefi.com. There is the lefty Eduardo Rodriguez at 33 years of age, aging like fine wine from the WBC back in March till now with a 2.53 ERA, one of the best stories in baseball. Jody Jackson alongside Brandon Webb, and it has been such a pleasure to watch him have his finest year as a Diamondback here in the 3rd year of the deal, right, Webb?
Yeah, I agree. I think we got excited from the WBC, seeing how well he did, and to get him back over here into some regular season games. But yeah, he's been remarkable. 4-1, like you said, with a 2.53. Saw him last Saturday pitch against the Rockies. Not his best stuff. Scattered 9 hits. Still only gave up 3 earned runs, 0 walks, which has been key for me, for everybody. But it's kind of tough facing the same team back to back. But we're back at home. He deals at home. 4 starts this year, 3-0 with a stellar 1.65 ERA. So see if he can continue that trend.
Great numbers here at Chase Field, and yeah, no Coors Field air to deal with. So we're looking forward to seeing what Erod has here tonight. He'll take on the Rockies, and it is next on D-Backs TV.
Diamondbacks baseball is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Bundle home and auto for a double play of savings. Start a quote by visiting progressive.com. By Chaz Roberts, serving you since 42. By Talking Stick Resort, Playcation is back. Stay in play with rates as low as $129. By Trajan Wealth, going above and beyond to help you build a secure financial future. And by Sanderson Ford. For the best play on a new vehicle, choose Sanderson Ford. It's D-Backs TV, powered by the resources of Major League Baseball. And there's our MLB drone flying high above courtside here at Chase Field. Roof and outfield panels open up. A lovely night in downtown Phoenix for the Diamondbacks, who've won 8 of their last 11. to get to 2 games over 500. And they have the big left-hander on the mound tonight. Your Y-Refi starting pitcher stats. For Eduardo Rodriguez, 4-1-9 starts and a 2.53 ERA. That's among the 10 best in the National League.
Yeah, and Webby touched on it in the opening of the show. He took his first loss against the Rockies on that last road trip. Gave up only 3 earned runs in 5 1/3. However, he had 9 hits in that ball game. Fortunately, did not walk a batter. The damage could have been a lot worse. And there were a couple plays that weren't made behind him that compounded that afternoon.
Tonight, the first of 4 against the Rockies, who arrive in last place in the National League West, 19-31. Only the Angels and the Astros have fewer wins in the majors this year. And Willie Castro leads it off for Warren Schaefer's Colorado club.
Yeah, this is how Warren Schaefer's going to line them up today. Willie Castro is going to lead it off. Keep an eye on Hunter Goodman in that 3-hole. Big-time power from the catcher. And Jake McCarthy hiding down there in that 6th spot in the lineup. He's having himself a fantastic year so far.
Well, let's get a look around the diamond out. The D-back defense, that's provided by CarShield.
Well, we've talked a lot about Marte's offense recently, but his defense has been stellar as well, covering a lot of ground over there on the right side, turning double plays, making everything happen on both sides of the ball.
Well, the Diamondbacks over the previous 3 seasons have gone 17-3 against the Rockies here at Chase Field. So what's up in the keys to the game, Bob? That's brought to us by Ram Trucks.
Take nothing for granted. We talked about it the other day against the Giants. Any team can jump up on a given day and put out their best performance. Don't take anything for granted against this Rockies ball club. And for Erod, continued soft contact. He's only given up 4 home runs this year.
Well, we got a beautiful night here in downtown Phoenix. We've got our drone buzzing around us here, getting some tremendous shots on D-backs TV. And Willie Castro leads it off for the Rockies. And there's a swing and a miss. Carlos Torres back there, our plate umpire, calling balls and strikes. Castro, the veteran switch hitter, 237 and a couple of home runs this year. He has hit all over the Colorado lineup this season. Cleanup, leadoff, bottom third, just about everywhere. But says he feels really good being a leadoff hitter. And Warren Schaefer has pretty much a matchup-based approach to his lineups. There's very little consistency. They're always looking for that advantage.
He's got 4 left-handed batters available off the bench tonight. Got as many right-handers in there tonight against Erod as he possibly could.
Ball and a strike on Willie Castro. Erod way over on that third base side of the rubber. They've tried Jordan Beck in the leadoff spot, but he just went on the injured list this week with a left hamstring strain. Colorado has a shuttle going back and forth between Albuquerque and the IL. A slow bouncer to short. Perdomo's got it, and there's one away for Erod. Tyler Freeman was out when we saw the Rockies last week in Denver. He was on paternity leave and now is back in the lineup today, celebrating his 27th birthday. 266 and 2 home runs. He's in right field. Just came back earlier this week against the Rangers in Colorado. Had 3 hits in 2 games against Texas.
Well, you better start hitting. Baby needs new shoes.
That's right. Well, he's been a good acquisition for the Rockies. Was acquired from the Guardians right before opening day last year. And he's played a lot of right field and second base with Colorado. Erod took the loss against these Rockies last Saturday in Denver. And even if it wasn't his most effective outing this year, it was among his most professional. Getting into the 6th inning in a tight game when he admitted he had little next to nothing on his pitches, just working with what he had, which he admitted wasn't much given the atmosphere and the elevation at Coors. Looking for a bounce back start tonight. There's the high heater. That worked for him very well against the Rockies last weekend. That was basically, he said, the only pitch he had, and he went right back to it right there.
Well, it's a very effective pitch. I mean, it's a pretty straight fastball, a little bit of tailing action, but I talk about it all the time. That high fastball looks so inviting to swing at, but usually can't catch up to it.
Yeah, he said last week that the only pitch that worked for him against Colorado was a fastball up. The rest of the pitches just weren't what he wanted. Hunter Goodman, the catcher, bats third. 241, 11 homers, and 4 hits, including a home run in the series at Coors Field over the weekend.
This is something you don't see often in Major League Baseball. He leads the team in runs scored.
The catcher?
Yeah.
He's an all-star and a Silver Slugger winner for the Rockies last year. And Erod being careful with Goodman, who's got some power. Ezekiel Tovar, the slumping shortstop, is in the cleanup spot tonight. Takes a rip on 3-0, and there's that fastball again.
Now, Goodman does not like to walk. 66 punch-outs against only 12 walks all season.
Yeah, it's a huge spike in his strikeout rate this year, up over 35%. Goodman ranks 5th in the National League in whiffs. Let's see if he gets something here on 3-1. Erod wants to go through the sequence again. Yeah, we got our pitch. Let me have it. That was the right one. Another fastball, and it's full 3-2. That'll get out of play. They're going to stick with a heater here. Goodman had a 4-hit night, including a home run May 8th at Philadelphia. But since then, he's slumped to .194 in his last 10. Three-two. Called strike 3. Bruce Dreckman, the crew chief, down at third. We'll watch Erod walk into the dugout after a 1-2-3 first. Zach Agnos on our drone cam on D-Backs TV coming in. Welcome back to D-Backs TV. Roof and outfield panels open on a glorious night in downtown Phoenix. Chase Field full of Diamondbacks and Rockies fans as Ketel Marte leads it off in our Trajan Wells starting lineup.
Yeah, a couple of guys had the day off yesterday and back in the lineup today for the first game of the series against the Rockies. Hopefully they just keep on rolling.
Well, they're up against Zach Agnos, 25-year-old right-hander who gets the start for Colorado tonight. 13 relief appearances this year. In his first ever start at both the college and professional level. And he gets to face Ketel Marte, the hottest hitter in the lineup. Agnos's previous outing came against the Diamondbacks. This was last Friday at Coors. Worked 4 1/3 in long relief through 57 pitches. He's been working as the long man in the Colorado bullpen. Warren Schaefer decided to push all his starters back a day to get some extra rest. So Agnos gets the impromptu start here tonight.
He has 6 different pitches out there on the mound, although his most effective stuff is his secondary pitches, his slider, his sweeper, and his splitter.
It's not an opener situation. You can probably give him 3 or 4 innings somewhere in there. Couldn't check on the sweeper. Marte at 235 now with 7 homers. Says he's playing hungry, winning, and it's a very unified team, the Diamondbacks, right now. And it's hard to argue. They've won 4 in a row, 8 of their last 11 to get to 2 games over 500. Chops it up the line at first for Willie Castro. And there's one away as we get a look around the diamond at the Colorado defense tonight.
Well, that guy in center field looks familiar. Jake McCarthy out there in center. I mentioned earlier with Brenton Doyle on the injured list with a bruised oblique. He figures to get a lot of playing time. That combined with the .294 batting average, 9 stolen bases. And we've talked about playing at Coors Field, and you need somebody like Jake McCarthy to play center field in that big ballpark.
It's a great fit for him offensively and defensively for sure, and he's having a terrific year with the Rockies. Corbin Carroll first pitch swinging. Corbin ranks 2nd in the National League in OPS. He leads the majors in triples. 285 and 7 homers, and he's put up big numbers already against the Rockies. Corbin had the day off from Tour de Velo yesterday after he was hit in the side of the head on that triple Tuesday in the win over the Giants.
Yeah, that relay throw that hit him in the head, Torrey said was 86 miles an hour. That's like getting hit in the dome with a breaking ball or straight changeup or something, and he just jumped back up to his feet, held the top of his head, and scored.
Yeah, he said it hurt, but he had no symptoms, never lost consciousness or anything like that, and finished the game. But Torrey looking to get Corbin an off day anyway, coming out of Colorado's elevation the previous weekend, so yesterday off made the most sense. And he wasn't able to check on that sweeper. That's been a good pitch for Agnos so far.
And he's got the first 2 outs.
Now the batting average against that sweeper this year is .091. It's a good one. It breaks a long distance, has a lot of depth.
He fooled Corbin a couple of times in that AB. Geraldo Perdomo now bats third. Jerry is hit in 5 of his last 6. That one is fouled at first. He says he's been working really hard, but sometimes just feels bad. And that work continues every day. He was here very early this afternoon, hours and hours before first pitch, taking early extra hitting with Ildemaro Vargas and Jorge Barrosa. They were down here about 1:30 in the afternoon, getting some extra work in. So much goes on before batting practice, behind the scenes. Jerry drove in 3 runs yesterday in the win over the Giants. Slices this one the other way along the line for Johnston in left. And Agnos in his first career start has a 1-2-3 first. Diamondbacks and Rockies, no score here at Chase.
And since
Back with you on D-Backs TV inside Chase Field. Diamondbacks and Rockies scoreless after 1. Eduardo Rodriguez back out there, the subject of our progressive player profile. And a much better changeup this year for Erod.
And he's throwing it a lot more than he did last season when opponents hit .306 against him. This year only .194, no home runs yet.
Shortstop Ezekiel Tovar is in the cleanup spot for Colorado today. And he leads off the second. Tovar 205 in just under 50 games. The OPS is below 550. Not typical numbers for a cleanup hitter. He was batting cleanup over the first week or so of the season. Dropped down for a while, moves back up into the 4-hole tonight. First time since April 10th he's hit 4th in their lineup. Get down to Warren Schaefer trying to fill out his bingo card. There's not a lot of choices.
Yeah.
This is a club that has struggled, the Colorado Rockies. 19-31. They're just 5-13 in May, the major's lowest win percentage this month. They have not won a series in May. It's 2-2.
9-16 on the road this year.
And they're about to start. They have started with tonight's game, a 7-game trip. They'll play 4 here through the weekend and then head to Los Angeles for 3 at Dodger Stadium. And that's headed for the seats out of play as well. Well, it's all part of what Warren Schaefer is trying to change, along with a new front office in Colorado. He does not like the term vibes, he says. That means what am I going to go sit on a beach in San Diego? We talk about atmosphere here in Colorado. That's his buzzword. They want to elevate everything they do. And sometimes there's nowhere to go but up. You lost 119 games last year. But the Diamondbacks have been there before too, and they're back up. Lost 110, and a couple of years later we're in the World Series. Hard to short once more for Jerry. Little bobble there. Nice recovery. 4 up, 4 down. Don't forget our D-Backs Give Back 50-50 raffle, supported by Avnet Cares, is up and running. One lucky winner takes home half the net proceeds, and the other half benefits the Diamondbacks Foundation's youth sports and outreach programs. And you can play along with us from home anywhere in Arizona. Just go online to dbacks.com/5050. The staff working hard at the ballpark here as Kyle Caro steps in. Caro's batting 5th, hitting .213 and 1 home run. But hit in all 3 games against the Diamondbacks at Coors last weekend. Big lanky kid at 6'5", only 23 years old, the son of longtime Major League slugger Eric Karros. A 5th round pick by the Rockies out of UCLA. Squibb shot to second, easy play for Marte. That's 3 ground ball outs through 5 batters for Eduardo Rodriguez. It'll bring up Jake McCarthy.
Jake McCarthy.
gets a nice round of applause from the Diamondbacks fans here tonight.
He earned it.
Yes, he did.
The former Diamondback having a wonderful first season with the Rockies, hitting .294. And Jake's been hot. Starts in center field against the left-handers. Bob mentioned Brenton Doyle on the injured list today with that left oblique contusion. And so here is Jake, who's become more and more a regular presence in this Rockies offense. A real hot hitter right now. Jake, 22 games since the middle of April, is batting .359. And a 2-hit game, including a triple and a steal in their loss to the Rangers yesterday in Denver.
Man, Jake's hitting .414 with runners in scoring position this year.
Good player. I mean, there was a run. There was a time where Jake, for a long time, was the Diamondbacks' best player a couple of years ago, and then the base hits kind of dried up. He went up and down from Reno. But Coors Field, with the way he hits line drives and those gaps in that outfield, that's a great fit for him. 2-2 now.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Jake, at the time he was struggling offensively, there were some guys pushing to, get their own spot at the major league level, so he kind of got left out there for a while.
Braxton Fulford back up on the big league roster. The DH is on deck. It's 2-2 on Jake McCarthy. Once more on the ground for Eduardo. You wanted soft contact, Bob. You're getting it.
We like it.
6 up, 6 down. No score. Diamondbacks and the Rockies on D-Backs TV.
Today.
Well, Colorado has won only 3 games in 3 years in this ballpark, and they've been walked off a few times. Corbin Carroll's first. Jake McCarthy, current Rocky, former Diamondback, had one. And then last year, Lourdes Gurriel. Diamondbacks over the last 3 seasons, 17-3 against Colorado here at Chase.
Wow.
And there's been some ownage.
And the Diamondbacks are playing much better at home this year. Last season, through 24 games, they were an even 12-12, which is not good enough for your home record. This year, they're 15-9 going into play tonight here at Chase Field.
And here's the former Rocky, Nolan Arenado, back after a scheduled off day. 278 and 7 homers for Nolan. He had 3 hits in his 2 games in the Giants series this week. Doubled twice Tuesday after the grand slam off Robbie Ray in Monday's opener. That's the way to start a ball game. 4 batters in, you're up 4-zip.
After what, 5 or 6 pitches? Yeah, it was
right.
lightning strike.
And Nolan's another guy that's really, while the other guys were struggling, the quote-unquote big 3, he's the guy that's carried the ball consistently. Last 32 games, he's hit .330.
Yeah, I mentioned the record at home, much better for the D-backs this year, and part of the reason is the way the guys have hit here at home. Corbin Carroll, Nolan Arenado, Ildemaro Vargas, all hitting over 300. Ryan Waldschmidt's 8 for 16 here at Chase Field. Ildemaro has 5 homers here. Cattell has scored 17 runs here at home.
The offense is kicking into high gear. Tortorella was saying after the game yesterday that this is as good as he's seen in a long time. Quality at bats, they're getting good pitching, they're getting timely hitting, and he has every reason to believe this could continue. 2-2 is in the hole. It's short. Nice play by Tovar, who plants and throws.
Wow.
Ezekiel Tovar, former Gold Glover, with a nice play there at shortstop.
No doubt, a great play by Tovar, but I think just about anybody else on the roster running, probably an infield hit, but a strong 2-hop throw over there to first base, and Castro with a nice pick on the other end.
Tovar, the National League's Gold Glove winner at shortstop 2 seasons ago. That's the first out in the second, and it brings up Ildemaro Vargas, second in the majors with that .331 batting average. He leads the Diamondbacks in RBIs. Vargas hits a high fly ball toward the pool. McCarthy's got a beat on this one, and Ildemaro comes up just a little bit short for the second out.
Hey fans, when the Diamondbacks hit a home run tonight, you score a free Jumbo Jack from Jack in the Box with the purchase of a large drink.
Lourdes Gurriel Jr., 230 and a home run. Lourdes was the DH yesterday, had a 5-game hit streak snapped. He's back out there in left field Zach Agnos, for a guy that's never started a game in his baseball life, college or professionals, off to a pretty good start here. 5 up, 5 down.
And we noticed a little bit of a different routine than normal starters that go out and warm up in the bullpen, come back and sit in the dugout, towel off, maybe put on a dry t-shirt or whatever. He came straight in from the bullpen, just like he's used to doing.
He's out of Haymarket, Virginia, went to Battlefield High School there. It sounds like a rough school. He pitched and was an infielder as a two-way player at East Carolina, where the Rockies got him with a 10th round pick in the 2022 draft. 30 appearances as a Rockies rookie last season, all in relief. Even had 4 saves. Now here he is starting a ball game for the first time. Gurriel hits a towering fly ball to left. Johnston at the wall, and he's got just enough ballpark. Gurriel gave it a ride, got under it just a bit. We are scoreless after 2. When we come back, celebrating the 2001 World Series champions, we'll be joined in the booth by former Diamondback Raider Ruby Durazo, one of BB's favorites. Welcome back to Chase Field as we celebrate the anniversary of the World Series champions of 2001, 25 years ago. Steve Berthune, Bob Brenly, and one of BB's favorites is here with us, Ruby Durazo. He talks about you all the time. He really does. It's not just about Gracie and RJ and Schill and all the others.
No.
There's so many pieces, pieces to that puzzle.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, 49 pinch hit appearances that season. You hit 5 home runs off the bench. We had 14 as a unit off the bench. You were a big part of that team.
What do you think about Ruby when you watch this year's team?
Well, actually, I look like it 25 years ago.
You got the purple.
Well, that was a great year. Nobody knows how hard it'd be a pinch hitter in that year. That was a great team, great pinch hitters. We got a record 14 home runs.
Yeah.
And I got 5. It's pop up.
Braxton Fulford flies out. Of course, the big one came in the NLCS, as we all know, against the Atlanta Braves. Let's set the Wayback Machine to 2001. And here it is. Tell us about this at bat.
Well, actually, I didn't believe Colby that I was going to pinch hit because I saw lefty against lefty. I was really hard to get a pinch hit. But I know it's Glavine. Glavine is a good right-handed pitcher. I mean, all the righties, he know how to pitch it. Yeah. So that was a great move. You make that move and and I hit the ball.
That was one.
That was a teamwork.
It's all in managing, right?
Well,
yeah.
You know, like you said, Tom Glavine was tough on right-handers. He'd paint that outside corner, and I thought, you know, we send a lefty up there, it's going to force him to pitch away, and that's not his strength. And he left one up and out over the plate for you, and you banged it. And
that was the only swing that I made in all that bat. 3-2. Then a high pitch, and I hit a home run. And you look good, really good about that change.
What is Friendly doing to send a lefty? That doesn't make any sense. And then, there you go. Greg Johnson.
Well, it wasn't
Troy
just
Johnson.
me. You know, I was standing there next to Bob Melvin, and we were saying Colby or Ruby, and we both agreed that let's try to throw Glavine off of his game. Let's make him throw to the other side of the plate, and it worked out well.
Erod has set down the first 7. Troy Johnston fouls that one off as we chat with 2001 World Series winner Ruby Durazo. Ruby, what was it like to be part of that whole ride in 2001 from start of the season right through the end of October?
Actually, I was feeling great. Great teammates, Gonzo, Randy, Kurt. Those 2 guys, I mean, Randy and Kurt, they make the team a lot better. You know that. BK being a bullpen guy. Yeah. But the team, Matt Williams, Jay Bell, they're good players. They know how to talk to you. They always involve you in the game. So when you pinch hit, you know that you're going to be a part of the game and a part of the team.
And yeah, I always hear about how the manager that year kind of stayed out of the way. You guys knew what you were doing. You had a lot of veterans around you, and he kind of let you do your thing. What was that like?
You know, one of the guys, we don't talk about much about him. Great Colby is a great guy. Mm-hmm. Colby knows he was a pinch hitter for a long time.
Sure.
And he teach a lot of like DeLucci, me and Danny and Council that they know the times you're gonna pinch hit to get ready to that time. So him is one of the great part of the record that how many home runs? 14 home runs at pinch hitters.
You hear me talk, Steve, all the time about the secret weapons off the bench.
Yep,
I had a whole bench full of secret weapons that year. It was a lot of fun.
And at the end of the year, there was no secrets anymore. They were all out.
But Kobe, that was one of the guys that they teach me a lot of the times that was right for us and make your job easier for that.
Here's Chad Stevens, who starts at second base for the Rockies, making his Colorado debut right here, recalled this afternoon from AAA Albuquerque, as we chat with Rubio Durazo.
Hey, congratulations. You and Rodrigo Lopez getting inducted into the Mexican Hall of Fame.
Yeah, well, last week that was a vote, and I was glad to be in the Hall of Famer with Rodrigo, and we're gonna be in November 12th, I think is the date, and I'm excited. I'm happy to.
It's quite an honor. That's the big honor.
It's still the big honor.
Yeah, for sure. Do you watch? Do you get involved in the WBC at all for Team Mexico that Rodrigo runs?
Not this year. Last time I was watching a lot because he was in here in Phoenix.
Sure.
I came to the games.
That's a great event, and it gets more popular every year. 2-2 is Eduardo Rodrigo. Rodrigo Lopez is set to set down the first 90 faces if he can get Stevens here with strike 3. And there it is.
Strike 3.
The Hall of Famer Rubio Durazo, 2001 World Series champ, and the secret weapon. Well, the secret's out. Rubio, thanks for doing it so much.
Appreciate it. Baby, thank you. Thanks for everything. That's Rodrigo right there.
Everybody know the way how he play really hard. Like he inspired kids to play like that. So and to me too. Like I always like talk with him like what he's doing. So I'm proud of him. My best friend.
They're quite a pair together, Corbin Carroll and Gabriel Moreno. Now Gabby set to lead off the third against Zach Agnos. Still looking for our first hit in the ball game for either side. Agnos has sent down the first 6 in order, 21 pitches, 15 strikes in his first professional start. Gabby at 253, couple of home runs, back in the lineup tonight after a scheduled off day yesterday. Talk about some secret weapons on the bench. That was the case for Torey Lovullo yesterday. Had Moreno and Carroll, Arenado all on the bench and all back in the lineup tonight. Well, that sweeper, that kind of fooled Gabby a little bit there. That's been a really good pitch for Agnos so far.
Yeah, I mentioned his secondary stuff is probably more effective than his fastball cutter sinker combination. It was a hard slider, sharp late break, has that big sweeper, and he'll mix in the occasional splitter if he's feeling it.
Last time out came against the Diamondbacks Friday at Coors Field. Went 4 1/3 in long relief, and he gets Gabby to chase that cutter for his second strikeout.
And one more note, just to put a ribbon on Rubio Durazo. This guy was a .281 lifetime hitter. He had 94 home runs in 7 years, drove in 330. And if you've seen the Ringen Trophy, the specials that were running all summer long about that 01 team, Joe Garagiola hit the nail right on the head when he said we had guys on the bench that probably would have been starting for a lot of major league teams. And Ruby's right there amongst them. David DeLucci as well. Danny Batista. It just went on and on. Those guys coming off the bench and didn't lose a thing.
Embarrassment of riches that year for sure. Adrian Del Castillo bats 8th tonight. He's the DH. Del. And a pair of hits drove in a run Tuesday in that big comeback win here over the Giants. Behind the plate Wednesday. Been something of a muted start to this one between these two clubs. Nobody can seem to get anything going offensively. Ouch.
Above the pad, of course.
Yep. When you're not the catcher near the DH, the game's not supposed to hurt as much. cutter must get on guys pretty quick.
Yeah, kind of sneaky fast. He's not overpowering with his heater. He'll hit the low 90s, maybe approach the mid 90s on a good day with a tailwind.
Ryan Waldschmidt on deck. Trying it again there, missed upstairs. Now it's full count, 3-2. Rockies looking to get anything going. Really scuffling as they open up a 7-game trip, 4 here, then 3 at Dodger Stadium starting on Monday. This is a club that's underway with a total overhaul. The atmosphere they're trying to fix, trying to push things forward. Warren Schaefer says people are here to work, they're here to get better, and they want the atmosphere to be fun, but they want them to remember, look, this is a place you want to go to work. New coaching staff, entirely new front office. Paul DePodesta, who runs things now, came over from the Cleveland Browns NFL team. Of course, he helped build the Moneyball Oakland A's back in the day. 8th pitch of the at-bat to ADC coming up, and a beautiful night here in downtown Phoenix as the sun sets behind us here at Chase Field. This is our drone cam in place tonight. It's D-backs TV, powered by the resources of Major League Baseball. And Del Castillo is the Diamondbacks' first base runner of the ball game. It's a 1-out walk as we check in with Tim Hovick in Santan Ford.
Man, these are some great seats.
They're your seats, Tim.
Oh, I guess that explains it.
Hovick's always down in the front row. Waldy now bats 9th. Just a dozen games into his major league career. He's hitting .324. Boy, Agnos will move that sweeper all over. He came with it inside that time through the front door for strike 1. Waldschmidt, 5 hits. He scored 5 runs in the 3 games this week against the Giants. Del Castillo, the 1-out base runner at first. Ryan in that series against San Francisco, doubled twice, scored twice, stole 2 bases Monday, and came back Tuesday, walked and scored in that comeback win. And a couple of base hits and runs scored yesterday. It was a heck of a series for him here. And Carlos Torres rings him up inside. And probably did catch the edge of the zone according to our computers up here. And you can see Goodman trying to frame that thing back there.
That's a pitch that never ever used to be called a strike. A high breaking ball that hits that top rail of the strike zone, because on its path to that position it's way high as it comes into home plate, but just did nip the top.
That is the difference that ABS has made. The human strike zone is basically shaped like an egg, so you can get different calls on those top corners. The computer strike zone is a straight rectangle, and so those corners, when they used to be balls, now they're strikes. But at the same time, it actually has shrunk the strike zone a little bit, so there's some give and take.
Used to be part of the advance report. Who's working the plate tonight and what's his strike zone? He calls a lot of pitches away to right-handers, calls them into the lefties. He's a low ball umpire. He's a high ball umpire.
Marte is center, and everything's dropping in for hits for Ketel these days. A pair of 2-out base runners now for Corbin Carroll. That's the game's first hit.
Well, Ketel was owed that one for all the 110-mile-an-hour line drives he's hit right at people. He was due to get a couple of these. Down near the trademark of the bat, just loops it over the infield.
A chance for Corbin, who struck out in the first. Del Castillo at second, Marte at first with 2 outs. Corbin had 3 hits in 2 games in that Giants series. Tripled twice, scored twice. Sinkers a strike. Corbin has hit in 8 straight games, 11 of his last 12, and over that stretch is batting .366. He's got 15 hits in his last 12 games, 9 for extra bases. It's a ball and a strike.
way, and he has really narrowed down the pitches that he's swinging at. There was a period of time earlier this season where he was attacking anything that made it to home plate in the air. He's really narrowed his swing decisions down.
Agnos had 21 pitches in the first 2 innings. He has 21 in this third, and hangs up for McCarthy in center. No score after 3. Diamondbacks and Rockies. It's the Diamondbacks Baseball Network, and it's presented by Progressive. Well, the changeup working for Eduardo Rodriguez tonight. He sat down the first 9 in a row. A lot of soft contact.
Yeah, a lot of balls hit out near the end of the bat, which is how you know that you're throwing a good changeup. Eduardo, among left-handed starters going back to last season and so far this year, he has an average opponent exit velocity of 88.4.
Well, it's a pitcher's duel here. Each starter at 43 pitches through 3. Willie Castro, the Rockies leadoff hitter, leads off the 4th. He grounded out his first time. Working away to those righties. There's another changeup. Erod last week at Coors struck out 6 without a walk. Kept the Diamondbacks in a 1-run game before leaving in the 6th. Did a wonderful job keeping his club close when he had next to nothing, he said. Said it was just one of those days, didn't have anything behind the ball. The only pitch that was working was the fastball up. The rest of his stuff just not what he wanted. So far so good tonight. But he's fallen behind on Castro 3-0. Tyler Freeman on deck, then it's Hunter Goodman. Just a gorgeous night at the ballpark. Everything all opened up in downtown Phoenix. Fastball's a strike on 3-0.
We talk a lot about versatility in the game nowadays, and Willie Castro certainly fits that description. He's played multiple positions in a single game 19 times already this year.
Yeah, over his previous 7 seasons with the Tigers, the Twins, and the Cubs, he's played at least 88 games at 6 different positions.
Wow.
So it's not just an occasional thing for Willie Castro. Remember, we saw him a couple of years ago, 2023, when he was playing for the Twins at Target Field. He doubled and tripled in a 3-game sweep at Minnesota. Following season here, he doubled and tripled, homered against the Diamondbacks. He's been a problem for the D-backs in small doses over the years. That one is up into a light sky behind the on-deck circle and out of play for Gabby. Well, the Rockies obviously needed to fill some holes, and they went after Castro. A 2-year, $12.8 million deal. They wanted some veteranism in the infield. They like some lineup balance he can provide as a switch hitter. Oh, he loses Castro, the first base runner for Colorado, a leadoff walk in the 4th. And that'll bring up Tyler Freeman.
It's not like Castro to take a close pitch in a 2-strike count. He's struck out about 32% of the time this year. Very close.
Might have challenged that had it been a different situation. So the leadoff man aboard. Freeman struck out in the 1st. Double play ball for Cattell for 1. Perdomo turns it. He's been getting ground ball outs all night long, and Erod just picked up 2 on 1 pitch right there. Hello, it's our D-backs TV drone powered by the resources of MLB TV. Steve Berthium and Bob Brentley here with you. Jody Jackson, Brandon Webb along the way as well. Zooming around the ballpark on a beautiful night.
Yeah, we had a chance to watch that drone practice, if you will, working around the stadium before the fans got in here. Very, very cool.
It is pretty cool. Hunter Goodman, the catcher, bats 3rd. He struck out in the 1st. Get you some. It's a perfect night for the drone too. Everything's opened up. It's just beautiful here. Not too hot at all. Very comfortable. And the drone can go, you know, it's got certain parameters where it can and can't go. We want to follow the rules, but it can go in and out of the outfield panels that are opened up, which is pretty cool. Give you shots of the downtown area, come inside the ballpark. Goodman, a dangerous hitter, can be. 31 homers, drove in 91 runs last year with the Rockies. On a play, it's 2-2.
What's wrong with this picture, partner?
Yeah.
Goodman is hitting 281 with 8 homers on the road. He's hitting 198 with only 3 at Coors Field.
Makes no sense.
Go figure.
It's the strikeouts, I guess.
Yeah.
Strikeout rate is up over 35%. Tovar, the shortstop, bats cleanup. He's on deck. 2-2. Swing into this. There's another strikeout. The changeup keeps working for Erod. A double play to strikeout in the 4th. When we come back, Geraldo Perdomo leads it off. Then it's Nolan Arenado and Ildemaro Vargas.
And we're back here. Jody Jackson with you, looking at the eye in the sky. Of course, bottom 4, Geraldo Perdomo leads it off. Guys, yesterday was a big day for him. A 2-run double, a sacrifice fly, 3 runs driven in. And after the game, he admitted, you know, I've been feeling a little bit bad about my performance at the plate. He said yesterday was kind of like a deep breath for me. And Perdomo, the bat was coming, guys. 261 on the road trip. He took 4 walks. The other interesting thing is he says he really has been feeling for Ketel Marte, and he's been lifting him up, telling him, quote, how good he is. And it kind of reminded me when we heard from Gabriel Moreno about Corbin Carroll. Perdomo and Marte, they are each other's biggest cheerleaders, guys.
Jerry's everybody's cheerleader, Jody. He is the heart and soul of the ball club in a lot of ways. He's the personality of the club, which is an extra job if you think about it. And you're right, Jody. He's coming around. He's hit in 5 of his last 6 now. Drove in 3 runs yesterday against the Giants and really had the game's big hit, that 5th inning 2-run double. And was the decisive hit in the ball game. That's not a play foul. Don't forget, he's coming off a 20-100 season. Geraldo Perdomo was 4th in the voting for National League Most Valuable Player. Led all major league shortstops in RBI, so in that sense he's got a lot to live up to. And so maybe, just maybe, trying a little bit too hard to start this season to back up those numbers from last year, prove it's not a fluke.
Well, the good news is there's plenty of baseball left to get those numbers up to a respectable point, or at least where he wants them to be.
Won his first career Silver Slugger award last year. Starts off the 4th against Zach Agnos, has done a nice job. Just 1 walk, 1 hit so far through 3 scoreless. Perdomo, Arenado, Vargas, 3, 4, and 5 due up in the Diamondback 4th inning. Fly ball to center, easy play for Jake McCarthy got there. And there's 1 out in the 4th. Don't forget, you can score big on authentic gear at MLBshop.com. They've got all the stuff, official stuff, like jerseys and memorabilia, hats, hoodies, the whole thing. They've got you covered at MLBshop.com/Diamondbacks. That's the official source for all your Diamondback gear. Nolan Arenado grounded out his first time, and a nice play by shortstop Ezequiel Tovar. So far between the 2 clubs, only 1 hit in the ball game. The Marte bloop single in the 3rd. A little behind the fastball that time on 0-2. Arenado's hit it 3 straight, 5 of 6. In his last 6 games, Nolan's got 5 doubles and a home run, which, by the way, was a grand slam. Agnos at 50 pitches. Diamondbacks so far 5-1 over this stretch of 13 straight games against the NL West bottom 2 teams. The Rockies and the Giants, they are taking advantage of this break in the schedule Sinker runs in, nearly hit him. Well, you figure if you got 13 in a row against these two clubs, which are having their problems, you can, go what, 8-5, 9-4, somewhere in there. Boy, suddenly the season looking a whole lot different. Arenado just barely fouled it third. Bruce Streckman down there waved it off.
Yeah, like I said in the key to the game, don't take anything for granted, but you have to feel going into those series that if you play the kind of ball you're capable of and your pitchers do what they've been doing, yeah, it should be time to make some hay.
Goodman is under it with a mask on, and he's got it in foul ground for the second out. One more look at our D-backs TV drone. Right across the street from Chase Field, downtown Phoenix. Gorgeous night here in the Valley. And there we are with the roof open. You can see the outfield panels open on the left of your screen there. And here we are inside, as Ildemaro Vargas steps in. Vargas flied out of the first pitch he saw his first time up tonight. .331, the second highest batting average in the major leagues, behind only the Marlins' Otto Lopez. Who saw that coming? And Ildemaro will take time. He's got a dozen hits, 8 RBIs in his last 8 games, Vargas. Had a little bit of a cooling off period after that 27 game hitting streak, but he's heating up again.
Boy, that was fun to watch. And several times it came down to the last at bat of the game.
And he always found a way to keep it going. Then the next day he'd get 4 hits.
Yeah.
It's something else. Second longest hitting streak in Diamondback franchise history, came up just 3 shy of Gonzo's Diamondback record of 30 straight. Vargas chops this one up to short right. Freeman is under it. Boy, tip your cap to Zach Agnos in his first professional start. He's worked 4 scoreless innings. And we head to the 5th in Phoenix. Well, it has started Colorado last time, and Eduardo Rodriguez said the 4-seam fastball was the only thing he had working. That's not been the case here today, Bob. He's got some other weapons. StatCast provided by Google Cloud, notably that changeup.
Yeah, the high fastball you talked about that he used it at Coors Field, and then that changeup has just been devastating today. And a couple starts ago, we saw him throwing a lot of curveballs. So he's one of those savvy veteran pitchers that'll go out there on the mound and see what's working, what he feels comfortable throwing. And today it's apparently fastball changeup.
57 pitches through 4. He's allowed only 1 base runner. The leadoff walk to Willie Castro to start the 4th. The race by that double play ball. And the strikeout of Goodman. And Ezequiel Tovar leads off the 5th for Colorado. Been a difficult start to the year for Tovar. Went through an extended dry spell. His bat simply disappeared. 5 for 49. That's a 102 batting average over a stretch of 17 games that finally began to turn a couple of weeks ago. Fastball missed, and it's 1-1. Changeup sailed away. 2 balls and a strike of the Rockies shortstop. Eduardo 60 pitches, 37 strikes. He's walked 1. He struck out 3. Now everything's sailing up and away arm side on Eduardo. It's 3-1. Kyle Caro's the third baseman on deck. Brian Kaplan on the left there, the pitching coach. Owen Dew on the right. Seems like when he needs a strike, he's going to that 4-seamer. He's fallen behind some counts, and he's gotten back in those counts with that fastball. That's kind of the way it went for him at Coors Field last week. 3-2. Corbin Carroll on the move near the line, and it drops in for a hit. Tovar will head for second as it bounces along the line, and he's got the double. That's Colorado's first hit. Just landed it in fair territory down there, slicing along the line.
Boy, Corbin had a long way to go even to get close to that ball. You see where he starts out there in straightaway right field, maybe a step or two toward the gap. Dead sprint to the foul line, just couldn't quite get there in time.
So the Rockies get the leadoff man aboard in the fourth with a walk, and then Tovar starts off the fifth with a double for their first hit. Ahead of Kyle Karros, who shows bunt. Gabriel Moreno pointing to Carlos Torres, the plate umpire.
Yeah, it looked like it hit Karros on a hop before he left the batter's box there.
Torres didn't exactly make it obvious as to what the call was. Let's have a look here.
Well, in the umpire's defense, Gabby's standing up. Karros is coming out of the box. It's really tough to see anything down low. Your vision is screened by both the hitter and the catcher, but clearly hit Karros before he left the batter's box.
Everybody moving at full speed as well. Plus, Karros is 6'5". It's hard to see around him. So it's strike one. Hard to third. Arenado's got it. Oh boy, did he snag that one. What a play. And he saved a run. 10 gold gloves. That's 101 miles an hour off the bat of Kyle Karros.
And he was drawn in to protect against a possible bunt attempt once again. He's right even with the baseline. Very little reaction time. Actually fielded that ball in the backhand behind him.
I'll tell you what, he's as good as he's ever been defensively. And we've seen him for a decade plus, but at 35, he's not lost much down there defensively. Jake McCarthy now. Jake rounded out his first time. He's in center field against the left-hander. Grounded well off the bag at first. Vargas, foot race, and you're not going to beat Jake McCarthy up that line. And Eduardo didn't get over there quick enough. And in fairness, of the three, McCarthy is by far the fastest.
Yeah. You watch Erod. He falls a little bit to the third base side, but he just didn't break when that ball was hit to his left. That's something every pitcher's taught to do from the first day of spring training. Anything hit to your left, you're the first baseman.
I think even if he had been off immediately,
it still would have been close.
The way Jake gets up that line, he's one of the fastest guys there is.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier, 9 stolen bases on the season. He's only been caught twice.
Big test for Erod here. They're on the corners, one away. Braxton Fulford, the DH. Just recalled from the AAA Albuquerque club. He gets the bunt down. Here comes Tovar coming home. And he's out of there. They got him. Tovar was off on contact, and Erod got him out at home plate. Gabby with a tag.
Well, what a nice play by Erod. Comes in, just a little shovel toss onto Gabby, who gets up the line and puts that tag on before the runner could even get close to home plate. Nice.
So McCarthy moves to second. Fulford safe at first of the fielder's choice. 2 outs now for Troy Johnston, one of the league's leading hitters. And we'll get all together and get on the same page here against Johnston, who came in 4th in the National League, hitting .324. Grounded out his first time up.
Yeah, these aren't exactly the Blake Street Bombers. I mean, Warren Schaefer doesn't have a lot of thump in the middle of the lineup other than Goodman, so sometimes they have to manufacture runs. Speaking of the Blake Street Bombers, 1995, 96, and 97, 234 games at Coors Field. The Rockies hit 407 home runs.
Different story now.
Yep.
They just had a homestand where they did not homer.
Yeah, 5 straight games without hitting a home run at Coors Field.
Go back to that Hunter Goodman home run in the opener against Merrill Kelly. That was their last home run on the homestand, their only one. Didn't go. That's Bruce Streckman down there. Most of Johnston's damage has come against right-hand pitchers, as you might expect. He is just 4 for 27 against lefties this year, all singles. McCarthy's at second and Fulford's at first. Line to right. Corbin's got it. Diamondback defense has really tightened up lately. Eron runners to the corners and one away, and he got out of it. How about the defense in that inning? Arenado at third, and then Eron fields his position on the bunt attempt, and finally the sinking liner snagged by Corbin Carroll. We're in the fifth, and it's still scoreless on D-backs TV. Zipping around downtown Phoenix on a gorgeous Thursday night. D-backs TV. It's a pitcher's duel here. Eduardo Rodriguez and Zach Agnos. And Agnos in his first professional start has done a nice job. 58 pitches through 4, 40 strikes. And Lourdes Gurriel leads off the fifth. Diamondbacks one hit, a bloop single by Ketel Marte in the third. Agnos has allowed only 2 base runners, a walk to Del Castillo and then the bloop by Ketel. And Gurriel takes time. Activity in the Colorado bullpen. Blas Castaño, saw him at Colorado last week, starts to get loose. Lourdes punches that down the right field line, foul out of play. Agnos has kept them sort of on the back foot. He's had an effective sweeper tonight. The cutters come in handy from time to time. He's done a nice job. He's walked 1. He's punched out 3. Lourdes down the line. That's just foul. He almost had it there.
There's a little too much slice on that one.
Can't
like my drives.
First of 4 tonight against Colorado. Diamondbacks playing well as of late. They've won 4 in a row, 8 of 11, 2 over 500. Trying to get something going offensively. An easy play for Tovar from the edge of the outfield grass. As we check in with Law Tigers.
We're the Law Tigers, and we understand the challenges riders face every day. If you've been injured in a motorcycle accident, visit lawtigers.com. Law Tigers, Arizona's motorcycle lawyers.
5 in a row retired by Agnos since the Diamondbacks only hit the Marte single in the third. Here's Gabby, who struck out his first time up tonight.
Go Gabby, go one in the bullpen.
One after that high cutter. Gabby walks, singled, and homer to the Giants series. He sat out yesterday's finale against San Francisco. Four-seamer up there this time. It's 1-1. Colorado will have Tomoyuki Sagano going tomorrow. That's another reason why Agnos is pitching tonight. They wanted to push Sagano back a day. He's been dealing with some arm soreness lately. Warren Schaefer, the manager. Colorado 19-31, last place in the National League West. Moreno takes the sinker. He will challenge. Carlos Torres.
The batters are challenging the call of strike.
ABS gives us a look, brought to us by T-Mobile, and a good challenge by Moreno. Wow, nearly 3 inches up. That was kind of a no-brainer. So, as Torey Lovullo tells his players, when we know, we go, and Gabby knew, so it's 3-1. And it hangs up in right center. McCarthy and Freeman. Tyler Freeman's got it. And there's 2 outs in the 5th.
You know, we've talked a lot about the soft contact by Eduardo Rodriguez. Agnos is right there too. There's only been 7 balls hit in this game with an X velocity over 95 miles an hour, and all 7 went for outs.
He's muffled the Diamondback bats, which have really performed well as of late. Dell, one of their 2 base runners, he walked in the 3rd. Diamondbacks without James McCann, of course, with that quad injury. It's going to be 4 to 6 weeks for McCann, so Dell will be doing more catching. Aramis Garcia is here as the 3rd catcher, which allows them to DH Del Castillo against right-handers. Agnos now at 70 pitches, 48 strikes. Waves at the split finger pitch. Goodman completes the strikeout, and Zach Agnos has dealt 5 scoreless innings of 1-hit baseball in downtown Phoenix. In the 5th inning, some Diamondback defense. Our Chaz Roberts, air conditioning and plumbing, cool plays of the game.
Yeah, you see Ketel Marte letting Arenado know there's no play at second. Throw it across the diamond for the out, and what a great play by Eduardo Rodriguez. That's really hard for a pitcher to make a short little toss like that, but he put it right on the money to Gabby.
It is a pitcher's duel. Both starters through 5 innings have thrown exactly 71 pitches. Eduardo Rodriguez and Zach Agnos. Here's Chad Stevens in his Rockies debut tonight, who leads off the 6th for Colorado. Just up from AAA Albuquerque today. He's the 2nd baseman, batting 9th. Stevens in 40 games at Albuquerque was hitting .362 and posting a .435 on base. Been playing a lot of third base and shortstop of the Coast League this year. And he punches that fair at first, and Vargas has got it for a quick out. That was kind of a snappy little play.
Can't be any quicker than that. He fielded it as his foot was on the base, running into foul territory. Pretty slick right here.
Just don't miss the bag. Not much Stevens could do, but watch. You're already out. You're still in the box. Leadoff hitter is Willie Castro. So far, 2 teams have combined for only 3 hits. Castro was grounded out and walked. The only walk issued by Eduardo tonight. He's punched out 3.
Boy, Erod on quite the roll here at Chase Field. His last 3 home starts plus tonight, he's given up 1 run.
It's been impressive. Really, the WBC, I think you got to give a lot of credit to that. It just raised the competition level, and he's never come back down. And almost hit Tom Candiotti in the Diamondbacks radio booth just to our right. Overseen by the Pope, Leo Gilmartin, along with Chris Garagiola. Leo's busy back there doing something. Candy Crush.
Yeah.
1-2 on Castro. Won't go after that changeup. That pitch has been a little less effective for Erod the 2nd time through the lineup as it was through the 1st. They've seen it a whole bunch. Freeman on deck. Line just beyond Ketel, and Castro from the leadoff spot aboard for the 2nd time. That's the 3rd hit for the Rockies. As we remind you that Saturday's a big day down here at Chase Field. Our first 25,000 fans get the Diamondbacks Serpientes replica jersey courtesy of Talking Stick Resort. dbacks.com for tickets. That's this Saturday. This is one of the better items of the year.
Oh yeah, let me get the sleeve out of the way of the snake right there. Yeah, this is a beauty. I have said it every time we've shown it. It's extremely soft. You could sleep in this thing.
And the players get these too. They were handed out in the clubhouse before the game today. managed to snag one. Don't tell anybody. Tyler Freeman 0 for 2. Wait, is this on?
I won't tell anybody that you snagged one.
Well, I'm trying to keep up with you. Got a garage sale worth of stuff over there. Freeman has struck out and hit into a double play. Celebrating his 27th birthday today. Just back from the paternity list, so they got a lot going on in the Freeman family these days. Just came back the other day, had 3 hits in 2 games against the Rangers in their previous series at Coors Field this week. Castro does run now and again. He's 3 for 5 at his stolen base attempts. Rockies have been pretty aggressive on the bases. As you said, they're trying to manufacture runs as best they can. The Blake Street Bombers are in the rearview mirror in Colorado.
Oh, yeah.
So they're looking for a different formula. Doug Bernier coaching at first for the Rockies. Pedro Lopez at third. Another check on Castro.
You know, and sometimes the quality of pitching that you're facing will determine whether you're aggressive on the bases or not. If you're not getting a lot of hits and certainly not hitting a lot of home runs, sometimes you got to be more aggressive on the bases.
Manufacture runs. Castro takes off on the 2-1. Freeman fouls off a changeup. Well, they picked the right pitch. These are versatile guys. They want to plug different guys into different spots. Castro can play anywhere. Freeman plays a lot of infield and outfield. They like the versatility. Now the 2-2. Castro holds this time, and that's a base hit that just squeaks through Vargas and Marte. Castro stops at second, back-to-back one-out singles ahead of Hunter Goodman.
High fastball right in on the hands that time, but Freeman just fights it off and shoots through whatever they call Gabby Lane.
Freeman freeway?
Yeah, maybe.
Hunter Goodman bats 30, has struck out twice. He's got Castro at second and Freeman at first with the 1 out. Goodman in their 3-game series this week against the Rangers at Coors was 0 for 8, struck out 4 times, and he's already punched out twice tonight. That changeup has sort of lost its feel for Erod here. Now working the 3rd time through this lineup.
Vicious swing that time by Goodman. You know, for Erod, he's not throwing a lot of first pitch strikes, but that changeup, to be able to throw that pitch in a 1-0 count when a hitter's looking fastball, that's how he's been able to get back into sequences.
Brian Kaplan, the pitching coach. Diamondback bullpen quiet for the moment. Eduardo at 86 pitches right now. Retired the first 9 consecutively, but he's had a fair amount of traffic around him on the bases since. Hunter Goodman, a Rockies 4th rounder out of Memphis. Played some corner outfield spots. Tried him in first base, decided to leave him alone as a catcher. Turned out to be the right decision. Bullpen phones ringing down there. 90 pitches approaching. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Hunter Goodman. 2 on and 1 out in the 6th. Bounce to short. Perdomo. 1. Marte. swings it. Double play. Slowly hit ball to shortstop. Jerry got it started, and a quick turn by Cattell, just quick enough to get Goodman coming up that line. Second double play turned by that Diamondback infield, and Erod has worked 6 scoreless. Bet365 gives us a look around the league, and the Pirates have O'Neal Cruz, but it's Brandon Lau who leads them in home runs. This one in St. Louis, off the top of the wall, it stays in the yard, and he's going to go all the way around for an inside the park home run. Lau's 13th home run of the year for the Pirates, and that's our look around the league today. Brought to you by Bet365. Here's our look at a gorgeous night in downtown Phoenix on our D-Backs TV drone. Steve Berthune, Bob Brenly, Jody Jackson, Brandon Webb here with you. We are scoreless in the 6th. And Ryan Waldschmidt, the rookie, will lead it off for the Diamondbacks against the new pitcher for the Rockies. This is the right-hander, Blas Castaño, recalled from AAA Albuquerque today, his 3rd different stint on the Rockies roster. Picked up off waivers from Seattle back in April. Waldy struck out his first time up against Zach Agnos, who did a really nice job. 5 scoreless innings of 1-hit baseball.
Really did. Kind of surprised Warren Schaefer didn't send him back out there for one more.
He was at 71 pitches through 5. He's been working in long relief throughout the year. Yes, he went. That's Nate Tomlinson down there, and it's 0-2 on Waldy. Yeah, Agnos set down the final 7 he faced, only gave up 1 hit, 1 walk. Diamondbacks just saw Castaño when we were at Coors Field.
Boy, vicious sinker. That's his best pitch. Hard sinker at 96 that time. A lot of downward movement into the right-hander.
He's worked at AAA most of the year, both at Tacoma in the Seattle system and Albuquerque with the Rockies.
You know, 10 innings of work with Albuquerque. He did strike out 8 batters, but he also walked 6.
He's been back and forth. He's played in nearly 150 minor league games, over 100 as a starter. Started out in the Yankees minor league system. The sweeper didn't quite sweep enough, or maybe too much. It's full 3-2 with Marte on deck. And Waldy's aboard to start it off. So Castaño comes in, walks the first guy he faces, the number 9 man. And here comes Ketel Marte, who has their only hit, a bloop single in the 3rd. What a series Ketel had here this week against the Giants. 7 hits, including his first career walk-off home run. Check on Waldy at first. Castaño nearly threw it into right field. Dave McKay coaching down there. Waldschmidt's been running as of late. He's 3 for 4 to stolen base attempts.
And you look at Goodman behind the plate. 25 stolen bases attempted against him this year, 20 successful.
Fights off a changeup, and it's 0-2. Ketel in his last 10 games has 7 extra base hits and 9 RBIs. And he'll call time as Castaño takes that timer down to the nub. Well, Ketel insisted again yesterday, little by little. It's coming. He's been working really hard. Marte, a liner to right. Waldy hesitated a moment. He's digging for 3rd, and he's in there. Marte has both their hits.
Hit that one with a little more authority than the first one. That sinker that's elevated up around the belt right in the middle of the plate, and he mashed it to right field. A little bobble out there by Freeman, and that's all Waldschmidt needed to see to advance 90 more feet.
Boy, Waldy can really pick him up. Corbin 0 for 2. He has struck out and flied out against Agnos. Swung at a first pitch changeup. Carroll's hit an 8 straight, 11 of 12. 366 over that stretch. 281 on the year. Looking to break through here in the 6th inning. Waldschmidt at third, Martes at first. 1-1. Keep calm and Carroll on. That's nice work right there.
Very nice.
Bounced up the middle. Knocked down by Stevens, who makes a nice play. No chance to turn 2 with Corbin going up that line, and Waldy's home to the game first run. A combination of a slowly hit ground ball and Corbin Carroll's foot speed leads to a run.
Yeah, Stevens had to move far to his right to make a diving play on that ball. Shovels onto the shortstop, but not with Corbin running. You're not going to turn 2 on a slowly hit ball like that.
So the leadoff walk comes back to bite Castano. 1-0 Diamondbacks. Here's Geraldo Perdomo. Jerry is flying out twice. Corbin 6 for 7 this year in his stolen base attempts. Diamondbacks to this point still have just the 2 hits, 2 Ketel Marte singles. Pretty quick move by Castano.
Real quick. They're keeping Willie Castro busy over there, diving and jumping for throws to first base.
Yeah, they have TJ Rumfield, who's played a lot of first base for them, but he's a left-hand batter, so not in the starting lineup. Against Eduardo Rodriguez. Changeup missed. It's 2 balls and a strike. He won't bite at that one. Jerry's hit in 5 of 6. Drove in 3 runs yesterday against the Giants. Another move over there. Now it's advantage Corbin Carroll.
Yes, indeed.
That's both disengagements in this plate appearance for Castano. And Perdomo's up there with a 2-1 count. Corbin Carroll start the jet engines. Holds for now. And the sweeper didn't sweep enough. It's 3-1. Arenado on deck. Diamondbacks trying to build an inning here. There goes Corbin. Pitches a ball. Second walk in the inning for Castano, and 2 on and 1 out for Nolan Arenado.
I like that. If you've got faith in the hitter at the plate that he will not swing at a bad pitch, start that runner 3-1. If he throws it in the strike zone, Perdomo's probably going to put it in play somewhere, and you stay out of the double play. In that case, bad pitch out of the zone. Now you got runners at first and second.
Hello, Lishman, the pitching coach out there. As we hear from our life coach, it's Tim Hovick at Santan Ford. Wait, what?
You ever trade a guy for parking in your spot?
No.
Yeah, me neither. Thought about it, though.
Who hasn't?
Well, time to get it cranked up. Arenado with a chance. His first look at Castano today. A run home. Corbin Carroll's at second and Geraldo Perdomo's at first.
And this is when the Diamondbacks have really shined brightly this year. With runners in scoring position, they have an .894 OPS. That's the highest in the major league by 50 points.
Arenado's hit in 3 straight, 5 of 6.
Yeah. Corbin Carroll, Ildemaro Vargas, Nolan Arenado, Jose Fernandez all have an OPS over 1,000 with runners in scoring position.
Arenado in the cleanup hitter, and they're on the table. Got fooled on that cutter. Go back to April 11th. Nolan was hitting a .167 on the year.
32 games since then, he's hit .330. Takes a sinker for a strike. They're loaded now for Vargas. Castano melting down a bit. He's walked 2 and hit a batter in this inning. And now the Diamondbacks have a bases loaded 1-out situation for Vargas, who's 0 for 2.
Looked to be some kind of a breaking ball. Had a spin of a slider, but kind of backed up on him. Unfortunately, Nolan has that pad on the left elbow.
Vargas has flied out twice. Ildemaro rolls it to second. Stevens quick with that glove. Tovar turns it, and that's a killer. Ugh is right, but they get 1, and after 6 they lead it 1-0.
Everybody comes to the clubhouse and everybody's eager for what's going to happen today. Obviously, when you go through losses, you know it's a new day, but it's so much different when you come into the clubhouse and the team's rolling. Everybody's healthy, everybody's contributing in some regard. So, yeah, there's a little confidence and a little pep in your step.
Well, the vibes are good. Kevin Ginkel told me earlier today, and there is Kevin Ginkel warming up in the Sanderson Ford bullpen, guys. And yeah, 4 games in a row, 8 of their last 11, and now with a 1-0 lead, Eduardo Rodriguez out there for the 7th. The confidence, I think, is what stood out to me too from Kevin there. It is something that we have seen from this club recently, and hopefully they can just continue to build on it here in the later innings.
And Ginkel warming up behind Erod, who is now at 90 pitches. A fly ball off the bat of Tovar to right field for Corbin. And Eduardo is his first pitch into the 7th, and this has become a trademark of this Diamondback rotation, Bob, and it's presented a bit of a pickle in terms of getting your relievers work because these guys keep pitching into the 7th inning and beyond.
Talk about a good problem to have.
Yeah,
you can figure out a way to get guys some work on the side, but the game action has been very limited because the starters have been so good.
Kyle Karros has grounded out twice.
And that Erod fastball, he's thrown it 60% of the time tonight. Now his season average using that pitch is 37%. So a lot more fastballs, which means fewer changeups, fewer cutters, fewer curves.
That's the formula that worked at Colorado's elevation. The changeup sailed away there, and it's 2-0. He's worked 6 1/3 scoreless, allowed 4 hits. He's walked 1, he struck out 3. He's had 2 double plays turned behind him. And some terrific defense overall. Himself included on that squeeze play where they nailed Tovar at home. There's a strike to Karros. It's 2-1. Karros hits a fly ball to left. Gurriel coming in. Lourdes has got it. And there's 2 outs in the 7th. As we remind you, you can celebrate Mexican Heritage Night with us here June 4th. It's presented by Coors Light. The Dodgers will be in town. Purchase a special ed ticket pack. You'll get a ticket to the game and this Mexican inspired D-backs jersey. dbacks.com/mex. June 4th is the date against the Dodgers. Jake McCarthy, the former Diamondback. McCarthy shows bunt, spins around. Arenado comes charging in from third. Jake beat out an infield hit his last time up. He's in center field against the left-hander. As Bob mentioned earlier, the Rockies just lost Brenton Doyle to the injured list. He's got a left oblique contusion. 2-time Gold Glover, so McCarthy in there.
Yeah, I saw that play that Doyle was injured on, a ball that hit in the gap in right center at Coors, and he was on a dead run parallel to the ground trying to make a diving catch and just couldn't protect himself. Came down hard on that left side.
Jake got a nice ovation from the fans here tonight. Was acknowledged by the Diamondbacks on the DBTV board. Just had a 2-hit game, including a triple and a stolen base in their loss to the Rangers yesterday in Denver. Sky deep to center. Waldy backing up, still backing up to the warning track, and Waldschmidt's got it. 3 fly ball outs in the 7th, and Eduardo Rodriguez has pitched 7 scoreless against the Rockies. It's Diamondbacks baseball from downtown Phoenix, presented by Y-Refi. Well, this all-star caliber season continues for Eduardo Rodriguez. The high-five parade in the dugout after 7 scoreless innings of 4-hit baseball.
Just tremendous once again. Very few hard hit balls at all in this game. He had that tremendous straight changeup working to go along with that well-located fastball.
Well, they just got to get him some insurance runs. He leaves, presumably leaves. With a 1-0 lead as Lourdes Gurriel leads off the 7th and smokes one foul down the left field line against Blas Castaño out there for his 2nd consecutive inning. Castaño walked 2 and hit a batter in the 6th inning, but then Ildemaro Vargas on the first pitch with the bases full hit into an inning-ending double play. But they managed to get 1 run across. Lourdes to center for McCarthy.
With a 1 run the Diamondbacks do have. We talked about the Rockies manufacturing runs. A walk to the 9-hole hitter. Good base running by Waldschmidt going 1st to 3rd on a hard hit ball to right field. And then hustle by Corbin Carroll to beat out that potential double play, and that scored Waldschmidt from 3rd base.
The only thing you don't like is that the Diamondbacks have hit into 4 double plays this year with the bases loaded. 3 in the last 3 games. That's been a problem. Vargas jumped on the first one and ended the inning. Strike 1 to Gabby, who is 0 for 2. Diamondbacks still with only 2 hits, 2 Ketel Marte singles. That's been it. First of 4 against Colorado tonight. Michael Soroka's on the mound tomorrow. Zach Gallen Saturday, Ryan Nelson Sunday. Then we resume with the Giants 3 at San Francisco and go to Seattle next weekend. Diamondback fans, if you've never been to Seattle, that's a ballpark that should be on your list. T-Mobile Park, that is a spectacular ballpark. We'll be there a week from tomorrow night. 1-2 on Moreno. Gabby walks, single, and homer in the Giants series. Ildemaro Vargas is smiling. Stop the presses.
What a shock.
So is Merrill Kelly. Merrill's had a lot to smile about lately, too.
He's in his happy zone. When he's got that baseball uniform on playing a game, that's when he's happy.
Moreno just beyond the reach of Stevens, and Gabby has a 1-out single, their 3rd hit. On that middle of the field approach.
Yeah, a little change up on the outside part of the plate. Gabby stayed right on it. I mean, Stevens playing as far up the middle as you legally can play, and just got it over his head into center field.
Del Castillo, the DH, has walked and struck out. They've been getting Del with soft stuff, off speed, breaking pitches. They've been chasing a lot down. Goes off after a sinker there, and it's 0-1. There goes Moreno. Boy, he got a jump and a half that time. Castaño was paying no attention, and Gabby, who's been running a lot lately, swipes his 3rd stolen base.
Well, certainly has the element of surprise working for him, but don't discount Dave McKay's been over there watching Castaño on the mound and apparently has picked something up. What a monster jump. He's off and running before Castaño even moved.
Change up to Del Castillo is ball 2. Insurance run at 2nd with a 1-out. That shot of Jeff Bannister, the bench coach, in the Diamondback dugout. It looks like a hawk just sitting on a branch looking at a bunch of squirrels. Which one am I going to pick out?
Which one do I want?
Boy. 3-1. Dell check swing foul on that cutter. Waldy got it started, a leadoff walk in the 6th. He's come around to score their only run. 3-2 on Adrian Del Castillo. And there's a walk. That's the 3rd walk issued by Castano in addition to a hit batter. And here comes Waldschmidt. Rockies bullpen is quiet for the moment. Here's a look from our drone here on D-backs TV, powered by the resources of Major League Baseball. Moreno at second. Del Castillo is at first.
This would be a real good time for Ryan to hit his first major league home.
I was kind of just thinking that.
The question is, will Castano throw him a strike?
Well, that is a big question. So far, no. He's got 37 pitches, 20 strikes, 17 balls, so it's almost 50-50. Did he check? No, he did not, says Nate Tomlinson. It's 1-2.
I mentioned it earlier. Ryan Waldschmidt, one of the guys that really likes hitting here at Coors Field. 8 for 17 now on the season here at his home ballpark.
Waldy wanted his, like, do I have any appeal at all? Can I check that? Challenge something? Next year, maybe. They are, by the way, experimenting with ABS on check swings in the minor leagues. They have all kinds of cameras and computers and stuff that'll tell you if the guy went or not. That may or may not be in place next year. We'll see how it works this year. But that's coming at some point down the road. And he got him on that sweeper. 2 outs in the 7th. And here comes Marte, who has 2 of their 3 hits. Well, anytime you got Ketel Marte coming up, you're going to want to have a conversation. This is Alon Lishman, the new pitching coach in Colorado, as we check in with Andrew the home buyer.
Catch the best deal for your house by calling me, Andrew the home buyer.
What was the first strikeout for Blas Castano? Marte 2 for 3. He singled in the 3rd and the 6th. 2 on, a 2 out, and a 1-0 game. Carlos Torres telling you time's up. Marte has 9 RBIs in his last 10 games. He can pad the lead with a base hit right here. Moreno's at second, and Del Castillo is aboard at first. First pitch swinging. Castro nearly threw it away. I think the Rockies lost track of how many outs there were. There were 2 outs already, and Castro tried to start a double play, and Warren Schaefer says, yeah, that's 3. That's all we need. Well, the Rockies infield, yeah, there's a lot of confusion in Colorado when they trail it 1-0. Wow.
A feature we're going to have some fun with this year, beyond the box score with BB, that would be me. Watch Ryan Waldschmidt. That ball was hit extremely hard off the bat of Ketel Marte. He didn't want to get doubled off first, so watch him shuffle between first and second, always moving forward, moving forward. He knows he can stop and get back to first. As soon as he sees that ball is going to get down, he turns on the jets. Freeman with a slight bobble out there in the right field allowed him to advance on to third base. Brilliant base running by Ryan Waldschmidt.
And big in a 1-0 game as we start the 8th inning. Juan Murillo is on, 21 appearances. Worked twice on the road trip against the Rangers and Rockies, and in those appearances threw a total of only 5 pitches. and then did not work in any of the 3 games in the sweep of the Giants. Mickey Moniak off the bench. They've got 4 lefties down there, now make it 3. Moniak will bat for Fulford to lead off the Colorado 8th. Moniak is having a big year for the Rockies. Leads Colorado in home runs and RBIs. He is 3rd in the National League in OPS, behind only Kyle Schwarber and Corbin Carroll. 7, 8, 9 scheduled up in the Rockies' 8th. There's the Murillo slider, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, you're wondering why Mickey Moniak was on the bench given the numbers that he has. He's a 179 hitter against lefties, 308 against righties.
All 4 batters on the bench to start the game for Warren Schaefer, left-hand hitters, and most of them key players in their lineup. Murillo, as we mentioned a moment ago, has barely pitched the last 2 weeks. In fact, Tortorella was asked about that today. Is he healthy? Is everything okay? And Torre said, yeah, he's 100% good to go, but he has been consciously trying to stay off Murillo so he doesn't abuse him, because he's been a big weapon at the back end of this bullpen, and I don't want him throwing 75 appearances this year. So we got to try to pick our spots because he's been so critical to them. So he's had some extended downtime lately. 1 and 2 on Moniak. Then it's Troy Johnston and Chad Stevens, 7, 8, 9 here in the 8th. Spikes a slider. Now you start to worry about a little rust. Didn't work this week. His previous 2 times out threw only 5 pitches. Johnston on deck. He's 0 for 2.
Just a quick footnote on Erod's performance tonight. He threw 21 changeups and got 11 outs on that pitch.
Very effective for him early. Murillo goes to a changeup of his own and strikes out Moniak.
There you see that changeup grip the ball coming off the middle finger and the ring finger.
There's Johnston now, who is down in the lineup as a left-hand batter against Erod in the 8th spot, but he's a lot better hitter than that. In fact, 4th in the National League in hitting going into the game here. He's batting .320. And the slider misses. Gabby will challenge Carlos Torres. Well, Gabby's 1 for 1 so far tonight, and he is 2 for 2.
2 for 2.
Johnston's had a hot bat for Colorado as of late. 5 hits in his last 3 games coming into this one. Walk, single, doubled, scored twice. On Sunday against the Diamondbacks, he'll take time out. That was, of course, at Coors Field. Seth Halverson, who throws it about 103, really warming up in the Colorado pen. Now the 1-1. And Johnston dunks it in front of Corbin. It's a 1-out single, and the Rockies have the tying run aboard. He threw him a changeup, and Johnston's a guy who looks off speed. And he got exactly the pitch he wanted. And now they'll call Stevens back to the dugout, and we'll get another pinch hitter. It's TJ Rumfield.
Yeah, Stevens had some interesting comments about hitting off-speed pitches. You know, coming out of college, Friday night, you always face the other team's best pitcher, and you battled as best as you could. He said, but the rest of the weekend, you saw guys that featured a lot of secondary stuff, breaking balls and change-ups and cutters. So he really focused on learning how to hit off-speed pitches.
Yeah, he played at Gonzaga, Johnston, so obviously you're not facing the Tennessees and the Vanderbilts of the world at Gonzaga. So he didn't really see a lot of like big time fastballs. He just had a knack for that stuff. Brian Kaplan out to the mound to figure this out as Rumfield comes up, and he will bat for Stevens in the 9-hole here. The rookie TJ Rumfield, he leads Colorado in hits this season, batting .275. And he has been a consistent presence in this Rockies lineup. So Warren Schaefer, with all those lefty bats on the bench, is using his extra men in this 8th inning against the right-hander Murillo. Rumfield, another guy that does not strike out a lot, puts the ball in play. Fouls that one off. He plays a lot of first base, some DH for the Rockies. 4 seasons in the Yankees minor league system. At .285 at AAA Scranton Wilkes-Barre last year, traded to Colorado in January. .99 fouled away, and it's 0-2. Willie Castro, the leadoff hitter, is on deck. High fives all around. Won't chase the fastball up there. Diamondbacks infield has turned 2 double plays tonight behind Eduardo Rodriguez, one in the 4th, another in the 6th. Johnston, the tying run at first with 1 out. Another fastball sails up there. Castro's had a good night as the leadoff hitter, a walk and a single. Nothing ball game in the 8th. Diamondbacks looking for their 5th consecutive win. 7 scoreless tonight from Eduardo Rodriguez. This is a tough guy to strike out, Rumfield. He generally finds a way to get a bat on the ball here. He's a pesky out. That's why he leads Colorado in hits. Fighting off fastballs and changeups from Juan Murillo. He's fouled off 4 pitches in this at bat. Here's the 7th pitch of the AB. He hits it into right field for a base knock. Johnston will stop at second. Corbin's on it. And the Rockies have 2 on and 1 out for the top of their order. Rumfield earned that one.
Sinking fastball on the outside part of the plate. Big guy, long arms, reached out there and hooked it back to right field.
Yeah, big, tall. They got some tall guys on this team. Rumfield 6'5". Now it's Castro, the switch hitter, bats from the left side. He walked and singled against E-Rod, 1 for 2. Colorado has the tying run at first, the go-ahead run at tying run at second, go-ahead run at first. And there's ball 1. Bullpen quiet behind Murillo. Fastball at 98, fouled away. 2 balls and a strike. Bullpen phone rings again.
This is normally the situation we see Ryan Thompson come into the ball game hoping to throw that ground ball double play and get out of the inning.
Just thinking that. Missed with a slider. Murillo's backed himself into a corner here. Tyler Freeman, who singled his last time up, on deck. 3-1 on Willie Castro. Sanderson Ford bullpen. Kevin Ginkel.
And we know he's nearly ready, if not fully ready. He was throwing earlier.
3-2 on the way. 2 singles and a walk. He struck out Moniak to start the inning. Now 3 consecutive have reached. And Murillo has loaded the bases. And this is some of the rust we thought might be an issue here. Murillo's not worked purposely. Trying to keep him fresh. Tyler Freeman is the hitter. Johnston is the tying run at third. Rumfield the go-ahead run at second. Castro aboard at first. Oh, and Murillo hit him and brings home the tying run. A sinker ran in on Freeman, and it's 1-1. 4 consecutive reach for the Rockies in the 8th.
Not close.
Hunter Goodman. Torey Lovella going to go get Ginkel. So Murillo looked good to start it off. Dispatched Mickey Moniak coming off the bench without too much trouble, but then 2 singles, a walk, and a hit batter have tied the ball game, and Kevin Ginkel inherits a big jam. Back in a moment.
I could reward.
Well, Elvis Costello sang about the miracle man, and that's been Kevin Ginkel lately. 20 appearances. He last pitched Tuesday in the comeback win over the Giants. Struck out 3 straight batters in the 8th inning. You go back to Colorado last weekend, where he inherited a base-loaded mess and got out of it. And he's going to have to pull a rabbit out of his hat right here against Hunter Goodman in what is now a 1-1 ball game. And the base is full of Rockies with 1 out.
24 punch-outs in 19 innings of work for Kevin Ginkel. Right now, he'd take a strikeout or a ground ball right at one of your infielders.
Goodman 0 for 3. That slider has been really good for Kevin Ginkel lately. Rumfield is the go-ahead run at third. Willie Castro at second. Tyler Freeman's at first.
Gabby wants to challenge.
Well, you've got a base-loaded mess here in a 1-1 game and 2 left. This is the time to use them.
Yep.
Just missed.
Ball confirmed. It counts 1-1.
D-backs with 1 challenge now. Fastball lands, and it's 1-2. Tovar, the on-deck hitter, in the cleanup spot for Colorado.
I would expect to see that Kevin Ginkel slider right here.
Goodman has a lot of swing and miss.
Oh, high fastball.
Hunter Goodman ranks 5th in the National League in strikeouts. Didn't get that one maybe as high as he wanted. Gabby wanted it down, kept the slider down. Goodman stays alive. Hope you've been enjoying our shots from our D-backs TV drone today, flying around beautiful Chase Field on a gorgeous night in downtown Phoenix. Too many Rockies on the bases in that shot.
Yeah.
And Goodman takes a timeout.
Right side of the infield for the Diamondbacks playing in. The left side about halfway. Goodman is generally considered to be a pull hitter. Attaboy.
Bounced the slider, and Gabby keeps it in front.
Well, that is so important. When you've got a runner at third base and you call for a breaking ball on a 2-strike pitch, you want it down there. And the pitcher has to have confidence that his catcher's not going to let it get by. Big block right there by Gabby.
Got a Gold Glover back there for the Diamondbacks. 2-2 on Hunter Goodman. Ginkel's under it. Infield fly. Gabby will take it, and that's a big out, number 2 for Kevin.
Good communication right there. Gabby flips the mask off right away. He's got a beat on it. Kevin Ginkel did what he's supposed to do, come in until somebody calls you off, and Gabby said, I'll take this one.
Ezequiel Tovar is the hitter. This is an enormous out to get. Tovar doubled in the 5th. He has one of 6 Colorado hits. Missed with a fastball at 95. Tovar has been hitting the ball a little bit better lately. 8 of his last 10 coming in. 1 for 3 tonight. Grounded to third. Arenado, long throw. Yeah! Got it! Kevin Ginkel, the magic man, does it again. We're in the 8th inning. The Rockies get one across, though, but once again, Ginkel bails them out of a big mess, and we're tied at 1.
The telecast is presented by authority of the Arizona Diamondbacks and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Well, he's the miracle man, Kevin Ginkel. He has stranded 13 of 15 inherited runners since the start of last season. That's about the 3rd time in a row that Kevin has earned that smile, getting him out of a big jam. But the Rockies do get the equalizer across, and they bring in their big gun, Seth Halverson, recalled from AAA Albuquerque earlier this year. His 2nd stint in the active roster for the Diamondbacks. He threw their fastest pitch of the season Sunday, hit 102. Corbin Carroll leads off the bottom of the 8th. Starts him off at triple digits. Corbin will get a look at a new Rockies infield as TJ Rumfield takes over at first base. They move Willie Castro to second after they hit for Chad Stevens. Corbin drove in their only run with a fielder's choice his last time up. Diamondbacks have been out hit 6-3 in a 1-1 ball game. Very little offense tonight. .100 sails up and away. 2 balls and a strike.
Halverson last season threw 190 pitches 100 miles an hour or faster.
He threw a pitch last July clocked at 103.3. The fastest by a Rockies pitcher in the StatCast era. That took a little something off there at 98. And it's 2-2. Well, the Rockies don't have a lot of weapons, but this guy's one of them. 1 out in the 8th.
Nasty breaking ball right there. Well, this season, the Colorado Rockies starting pitcher coming into play tonight had thrown a total of 212 innings. Their bullpen had thrown 229.
Wow. That's not what you want, as one former Rocky said once. Perdomo. That one sails away at 100.
Just as a point of comparison, the Diamondback starters have thrown 261 innings. The relievers 162.
Yeah, they're supposed to throw more than the relievers,
yeah.
Right? Okay. Doesn't work out that way always.
Not always.
Boy, this is just big league hardball right here. Sanderson Ford bullpen, the closer Paul Sewald. Jerry walked his last time up 0 for 2. He's hit in 5 of his last 6. Drove in 3 runs yesterday against the Giants. He's got a splitter. That ain't fair. Gonna throw 103 and then come up with a split.
That's nasty.
Yeah. Back to 100.
When you've heard me say this before, the key to facing high velocity like this is not to swing as hard as he's throwing. It's just get your bat into the hitting zone quickly. Let him provide all the power.
Alverson, a 7th rounder by the Rockies. Jerry being picky is really only he can do.
Well, before that strikeout of Corbin Carroll, Halverson had walked as many as he struck out this year.
Full count with Arenado on deck. And the go-ahead runs aboard. It's another Geraldo Perdomo plate appearance and his 2nd walk of the ball game. Come on in. We got a good one going here. 1/1/8 inning. 1st to 4 against Colorado. And Nolan Arenado, the former Rocky, is the hitter. Slider lands for a strike. Nolan, his last 6 games, has 5 doubles and a grand slam. Well, give Halverson credit. He's not just trying to throw at 103 all the time. He's throwing sliders and splitters up there, trying to mix it up. That guy really gives the signals. That's what nobody's figured out yet. He's in charge. He's just relaying signs from Bandy in the dugout. One disengagement. Perdomo's been running this year 7 for 10. And he times him up. There he goes. Goodman to throw. And it gets into center. Here comes Perdomo. He'll go to 3rd. Pressure, pressure, pressure.
Great jump over there. Got a walking lead. Halverson did not make him stop him. Good on Perdomo to immediately look to his right and see where that ball ended up.
It's a stolen base for Jerry, his 8th of the year. E2, the throw by Goodman puts him at 3rd as the go-ahead run with 1 out and a 1-2 count on Arenado. Infield comes in for Colorado. Up the middle, Halverson. Oh, they got Jerry hung up. He breaks for home. Rumfield covers, and they get the out. Nice play by Seth Halverson to keep his head there and get that started, but Arenado able to sneak into 2nd.
And Jerry was able to stay in that rundown just long enough. Going on contact, unfortunately tapped right back to the pitcher, but Perdomo stays in that rundown long enough for Arenado to get into scoring position here with 2 outs for Ildemaro Vargas.
Vargas hit into a double play with the bases loaded on the first pitch in the 6th to end a potential big-time threat. He is 0 for 3 tonight. Twice he's gotten himself out of the first pitch. That's a 1-2-5-3 rundown if you're scoring with us. And it's up to Vargas to get that go-ahead run home with 2 outs. Vargas has a dozen hits and 8 RBIs in his last 8 games. Came into tonight's second in the majors with a .331 batting average.
And he's one of the guys I mentioned earlier, has an OPS over 1,000 with runners in scoring position.
Well, they created some chaos here, ran into the go-ahead run out at home. They'll put Vargas on and they'll work to Gurriel. Diamondbacks do not have a left-hand bat off the bench. If you're thinking about a pinch hitter, that you have Jorge Barroso, who's a switch hitter. So it's up to Lourdes now, 0 for 3. Remember, we showed you earlier in the show some Diamondback walk-off hits against Colorado here at Chase Field. The last one was hit by Gurriel. So he's been in some clutch spots before against this Colorado club. He'll take a timeout. Lourdes was the DH yesterday against the Giants, had a 5-game hit streak snapped. Two. Wow. Middle right there, and he missed it, but Lourdes' defense, it's coming in at 100 miles an hour. And it's Halverson who goes to the split and gets the Rockies out of a mess. So we go to the 9th, all even at 1. Paul Sewald coming in. Well, jump around. It's a 1-1 game in the 9th inning. 1st of 4 against the Rockies, and the book says tie game at home. You go to your closer in the 9th inning, and here is Paul Sewald. 20 appearances, 11 saves. Non-save situation for Paul. He has saves in 4 of his last 5 appearances, including Wednesday's win over the Giants. He'll get Kyle Karros, Jake McCarthy, and Mickey Moniak, 5, 6, and 7 in the Colorado 9th. Big difference in Sewald's numbers, save situations versus non-save situations. So this would be a test for Paul as Karros steps in. He's 0 for 3.
Yeah, 8 of his saves this year have been very quick. 1, 2, 3. Well, for obviously not a safe situation today, but that's pretty respectable.
For the casual fan, why would you use your closer in the 9th inning in a tie game at home?
Well, because you're going to get last ups in the ball game, and the way I always heard it was you save the tie at home, you try to save a win on the road.
Here's a look, another challenge by Gabby, and he got that one right. So the count changes after the Gabby challenge. 0-2 on Karros. Called strike 3. Caught him looking at that fastball. Sewald gets his first out.
I mean, there's a lot of pitchers that throw harder than Paul Sewald, but I always come back to that low arm angle. It's almost like he's throwing the ball uphill to home plate. Hitters just don't seem to get a real good beat on it.
McCarthy has one of the Rockies' 6 hits. He's 1 for 3. Arenado in on the grass at third. Pop straight up in the air for Perdomo. 2 quick outs for Sewald. Big one to get here. Moniak, who struck out against Murillo as a pinch hitter in the 8th. Now up there, bases empty, 2 outs in the 9th. And OPS 948 came in 3rd in the National League. OPS, on base percentage plus slugging percentage. Ouch, that got Gabby. And he's going to get a minute here. See the front of Gabby's chest protector, it says Luli on it. And if you've ever been wondering, when he was little, growing up in Venezuela, Gabby's mom used to sing a song with the word Luli in it. And his brother started calling him Luli, and that became his nickname at home. And so that's on the chest protector right there. Childhood nickname. Moniak hits a lazy fly to right for Corbin. Paul Sewald. 3 outs, 6 pitches, bottom 9 coming up.
Verizon.
Well, in recent years, we've seen some D-back drama at the expense of the Rockies. Corbin Carroll's first walk-off hit came against Colorado in 2023. New Rocky, former Diamondback Jake McCarthy had one, the old Serpientes unis. The last one, Gurriel off Jimmy Herget. 17-3 against the Rockies at Chase Field since 2023. Colorado's won 3 games here in 3 years. They have come back to at least tie this one 1-1. Gabriel Moreno will lead off the bottom of the 9th inning. Is it Gabby's turn to join that list? He's up against very good reliever in the Rocky bullpen. This is Juan Mejia, who was impressive against the Diamondbacks last weekend in Colorado. He has pitched scoreless baseball now, Mejia, in his last 7 appearances. Already has 3 saves this year.
Basically a 2-pitch guy, a fastball and a sweeper. He will throw an occasional sinker.
And we got a pitch timer violation on Mejia. Carlos Torres indicating that. That's an automatic ball and a 1-1 count on Moreno. Rockies have struggled in the 9th this year. Sweeper. Ball 2. Moreno, Del Castillo, Walshman. Lower third of the order scheduled up in the 9th. D-backs still have only 3 hits, all singles. Gabby won't chase. Laid off the sweeper, lays off the slider. It's 3-1. Rumfield playing pretty well off the bag at first to shut down Gabby Lane a bit. Castro up the middle. There's a strike with a fastball. Dell on deck. He's walked twice tonight.
Rockies well aware of Gabriel Moreno's history. Jake McCarthy shaded a few steps over into right center. The left field is pretty much wide open down the line or in the gap.
Moreno just fighting off these fastballs, upper 90s from Mejia.
A lot of room down the third base line, a lot of room in the left center field gap.
Yeah, a ton of room out there. Another one. Three consecutive foul balls for Moreno. Pitch number 8 on the way. Make it 4. Threw him 5 consecutive fastballs. Gabby spoiled a few and worked the walk, and the winning runs aboard with nobody out. Jose Fernandez going to come off the bench, and he will bat for Del Castillo.
Chance of a sacrifice bunt right here. Fernandez put down 2 already this season. He's shown to be a really good bunter.
That's the 7th base on balls drawn by a Diamondback hitter tonight. And it's the winning run. Fernandez bats for Dell. Jose, 283. He's got 3 homers. Might be up here to drop one down. Squares up, pulls back, takes a ball. As Karros charges in from third. Jose started Wednesday's win over the Giants at third base, singled twice.
Ideally, you bunt it to the right side. Rumfield holding on Gabby over there at first.
Squares again. That's a strike. It's 1-1. Karros in on the grass at third base, left of your screen. 1-1 on Jose Fernandez. Squares again, gets it down. Mejia's got it, one play. Castro covers, and Gabby's in at second as the winning run.
Good job.
Post-game preview brought to you by Talking Stick Resort. Hopefully coming up right after this hitter. It's Ryan Waldschmidt, Jody Jackson, Brandon Webb standing by. We're back with you tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Game 2 of 4 against the Rockies. That's Soroka and Sagano. Base hit wins it. Look out. Sweeper didn't sweep. Waldy coming off a terrific series here this week against the Giants. 5 hits. He scored 5 runs in 3 games. Winning run at second with a 1 out. Inner sweeper that time. It's a ball and a strike. Bobby Freeman up there. He's at drone level. All breaking stuff so far to Waldy. He'll take a timeout with 2 strikes. Marte on deck behind him. Cattell just had the walk-off homer, of course, the other night. Two and two. Got him. Oh, beat him with a fastball that time after all those sweepers at 98. 2 outs. Here comes Marte.
And you know the Warren Schaefer knows how hot Marte has been lately with first base open. Even though it's Corbin Carroll in the on-deck circle, I think about walking Cattell right here.
Well, they're going to pitch to him at least to start, it looks like. Diamondbacks have 2 walk-offs this year. Here's a challenge, it looks like, for Goodman. Carlos Torres, the plate umpire. Rockies down to 1 challenge. Diamondbacks with 2 walk-offs this year. Cattell Marte has both of them. A double to beat the Braves in April. The home run to beat the Giants here the other night. It's 1-0. All you need is a base hit. Don't need a 500-foot homer.
Just a lousy single will work right here.
Moreno the winning run at second with 2 outs. A ball and a strike on Cattell Marte. No chase out there. The changeup sails arm side. Sweeper sails out there even further. 3-1. Corbin's on deck behind him. Marte takes the walk and runs up to first. A chance for Corbin now. They've had opportunities tonight. They've all gone by the boards for the most part. Diamondbacks runners in scoring position 0 for 8. They have left 8. Here's Corbin Carroll. Second walk in the inning for Mejia. Malone Lishman, Rockies pitching coach, out to talk to his right-hander. Bullpen quiet for Colorado. Diamondback hitters have drawn 8 bases on ball tonight, 2 in this inning. One of them represents the winning run at second. Diamondbacks 2 over 500. They've won 8 of 11, 4 in a row, trying to keep it going, and they're a base hit away from winning this one. Corbin 0 for 4. Drove in their only run with a fielder's choice in the 6th inning. Moreno's the winning run at second. Marte's aboard at first. And there's ball 1. Changeup lands for a strike. 2 balls and a strike on Corbin Carroll.
Pitch on the outer part of the plate. A lot of room on that left side of the infield with Tovar playing way up the middle.
Big hole out there at shortstop. Karros off the line a bit at third. 2-2. Back to the sweeper for Mejia. It's been a tight game all night. 1-1 in the 9th with 2 on and 2 out. 2-2 on Corbin Carroll. Base hit. They will wave Moreno. Here comes Gabby. Here's the throw, and the Diamondbacks win it. Fourth career walk-off hit for Gabriel Moreno, and they have their longest winning streak this year. They've won 5 in a row.
Boy, a lot of good stuff in this ball game tonight. A great start once again by Eduardo Rodriguez. Tremendous defense by the Diamondbacks, especially in that 5th inning. Kevin Ginkel does what he does, comes in and strands the bases loaded, and Corbin Carroll comes up with the game winner on that base hit to right field.
They had only 4 hits all night long, but that was the biggest one of all. Corbin now with a 9-game hit streak. Diamondbacks have won 5 in a row. They get to 3 over 500. They've won 9 of 12. Jody Jackson, Brandon Webb standing by. It's another walk-off post-game show after this on D-Backs TV.